First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders great millstone, and salutation to all y'all coming out of the house and bodies bidding to the marriage. So like I've been in my headphones. So I want to start off with Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For their vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. You know? Everything is for an appointed time. There's a time for war, there's a time for love, there's a time for hate, time for peace. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. They will tear away for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, it takes patience, and faith that Yahweh is gonna revenge us, You're slowly seeing this happen. I'm gonna show you a data, something on the economy. Current projections show a 55% chance of a recession in the second half of 2020. The biggest risks are trade war uncertainty and a global slowdown. See, so it's telling you a recession. What's a recession? I'm gonna get into the definition. 55% chance. That's a high percent. That's half of 100. It's 50. Just a period of temporary recession. Noun, a period of temporary economic decline, during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by fall in GDP in two successive quarters. That's what Esau's gonna do. I'm making another definition. Economics. A recession is a business cycle contraction when there is a general decline in economic activity. Recession generally occur when there is a widespread drop in spending and adverse demand shock. Jake is waking up to the truth. Jake is turning back to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. We got a lot of Jake out there, whether they be part of GMS or waking up through any other not every other, some Israelite camps out there that keeping the faith also, and not celebrating these holidays, not celebrating Christmas, Halloween, not buying any of these things anymore, these materialistic objects for these holidays like Valentine's Day. So Esau's economy, because there's more Israelites than there's other people in this country. There's more Jake. So if Jake ain't spending, where do you think that money's going? Nowhere. It's going right down. The economy's plummeting because Jake is not spending as much anymore on these ridiculous holidays. They're serving Yahweh Bashem Yashai or, trying to get to know this truth. Every time the holidays come up, we talk about the holidays, how wicked they are. Jake is knowing this daily, that they know that these are bad holidays. It is these combined factors that cause the economy to fall into a recession. Inflation, dollar's inflating. There's too much of the dollar, Something that's supposed to be rare, have rarity, it shouldn't be, it's something, how do I say this? Inflation is like, I'm gonna get a definition of inflation. Action of inflating something or condition of being inflated. So there's increased value in prices. Like the candy bar, I used to hear like 30 cents back in the, I don't know, the 80s or something. That's what I heard from older people. Now it's like $1.50 or $2. Because it's inflating. The dollar is not worth much anymore. The reason why gold or silver is worth so much is rarity. You know, stuff loses objects loses rarity if there's a lot of if there's abundance of it. You know, like let's say I had copper. Copper is not rare. You can get that almost anywhere. You know, there's no rarity in pennies. You know, just like the dollar is like pennies. There's no rarity. There's nothing. It's not worth anything. Gold, silver, platinum, or whatever. You know, that's worth stuff. You know, so Esau, the elites of this world took all the gold, the greedy, they're holding it for the elect, For the when the 2/3 after 1,000 years is over, they're gonna come on the other side. Esau just holding it, Luke 10:18, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Ain't that like Esau falling from heaven? That's Esau. And he's losing his power. The suicide rate for the so-called white men is higher. They can't handle adversity or tribulation. You can slowly see this happening. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The arms of the wicked shall be broken. Moab over there eating poison. Abominable foods. Eating dog. I don't want to talk about it. They eating anything. The Lord. There's a time for everything. The Lord. He's showing that it's it's almost time. His time is almost for his return. Slow. Showing these signs. But the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They that shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. So those who, we gotta keep praying. We gotta keep praying to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Acknowledge Him. And the honor to Yahweh Bashim Yashai for waking us up to this truth. So we won't be caught out there. Looking like Ham when they're in Ethiopia. Gonna be people eating their children. Moab eats them daily. Moab eats the abominable food daily. When this day comes, Moab ain't gonna be sweating. Moab don't care. Moab eat anything. Moab. I seen a picture. There was an article about Chinese people eating children, babies and shit. I was just thinking of it. Like that's sick. But it tells you that they don't got the law, and it wasn't meant for them. Because these Moab is bugged out, man. Like, come on, like this is common sense, Moab. You're not supposed to be eating your own people, eating your own human beings. Come on, man. You should know this, but Moab is slower than slow, so you really can't blame them. But yeah, in that day, there's a famine. Moab is gonna start eating anything. Moab already eats everything. So imagine in that day, probably gonna eat dirt. Eat dirt with wood chips. No, Moab is weird. So they'll cut it the wicked. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of righteous shall be delivered. The wicked shall not be unpunished. They will tear away for it. That scripture was just reading in Hebrews. I don't know, Habakkuk, Salaki. The seed of righteous, it shall not be unpunished. People may think it takes a long time, but you gotta wait patiently for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Warn you that it desire the day of the Lord. You desire the day of the Lord, but you rushing Him, and it probably be Him destroying you. You're rushing your own demise. You never know. Just wait patiently for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Get this scripture. Blessed are merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Is Esau merciful? No. None. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh. As Esau, no, we already know this, Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. Esau, but Esau is none of this. Blessed are which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Lord will. We get persecuted for this truth. The Lord will. The Lord keeps us, in this truth, going through this tribulation. Chastising us. But tell ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you, falsely for my name. Say, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for the great is your reward in heaven, for persecuted they, the pride which were before you. Now America, is on a decline. Coronavirus wreaks havoc on Chinese food producers, sending inflation soaring. So look, this is how the economy is going to collapse. You saw, as soon as the RFID chip is implemented, wreaks havoc. So look, everything's on inflation. You saw the world is crumbling. The corona outbreak now officially, according to World Health, which with close to 43,000 can't even read it. Alright. 43,000 in the country infected, more than 1,000 dead. Factory consumer spending, tourism, commodity prices have seen major drops. One thing that is soaring inflation. China's overall consumer price index, which had been at 1.5 in January 2017, between 2 and 3%. Most of 2019 leaped to 5.4 in January 2020. Shuttered facilities have been volunteering idle. Workers have reduced production and tightened product supplies, driving up prices. Hardest hit is the food sector, which already faced massive shortages. Deadly African swine fever took out somewhere between a quarter to half of the nation's pigs. A staple in China's diet, depending on whom you ask. A staple on Chinese diet. You saw, Moab don't care. Moab don't eat these. Moab don't be in these grocery stores. Moab be in the street trying to hunt a pigeon. Moab don't be eating these. Moab don't be eating these vegetables. Moab be eating any animal anything that's moving. He's putting that in a bag and he's putting that in a pot. Moab don't care for these vegetables. Moab don't care. Like, they some nasty. They ain't worried about this. Moab ain't worried about inflation. They live in straw houses trying to get the next ostrich or something. China overall inflation rate still isn't huge, but the quick increase is a concern. If the pattern doesn't moderate, the country might be forced to focus less on growth, a primary government goal for the population of 1.4 billion. And more on price stability that could send tremor throughout the global economy. Some inflation may, but not too much. So we saw the world falling apart. Because China works with Esau, I'm gonna get this. Esau's New World Order is not coming to fruition, But we'll get more on this. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down according to his substance. Shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and has forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness of that which he desired. You know? Wait. He shall not save that which he desired. You know? You know, he shall not save that which he desired. You know, he thinks he's gonna be able to do this. You know, be able to do what he finish his masterpiece. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. You know. Look at this. This is what Esau wants to complete. His new world order. Is there a picture of it? Okay, I'll stop. This picture is ridiculous. Oh wow. Right when I went back. So right here, you know, roughly, I don't know exactly, but if you look at the word Inuit Conceptus, you know, it means New World Order, or actually, Salaki, it's Novus Order Secolo. It's I think it's uh, it means New World Order. I think the top three words at the end of it, basically means, you know, that's what the I means. You know, that's what I wanted to get into. You know, save that which you desire. Talking about the pyramid. You know, that's what I think of every time I read that scripture, because on the back of the dollar bill it shows a pyramid, but it shows the eye floating. Because, you know, Esau, you know, because he doesn't have his last piece, you know, like a puzzle. He's still missing one thing, you know, controlling everybody, you know. That's what the mark of the beast is, RFID Egypt, you know. Once he get that into place, you know, he thinks he fulfilled. And as soon as he does that, the Lord's going to shamble it. He's going to have it for like a minute, you know. I'm going to get into the, let me see if there's anything on it. But, yeah, you know. Says that Esau's not going to get his desire, you know. As soon as that parent, you know, as soon as, you know, so-called this, you know, the eye falls on the pyramid, that's as soon as his economy, everything's gonna fall apart when the Lord returns, you know. Esau thinks he's gonna have the RFID chip, you know, trying to unite the nations or whatever he's trying to do. The Lord's gonna throw it down as soon as he does it, you know. The Lord confounded the Tower of Babel for a reason, because he doesn't want people to build up too high. Esau trying to unite everybody, you know, that's against scripture, you know. Esau's always off. He's always the opposite. He's a reverse, you know. You know. But I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashan, Yahshai, and the Mars, the early good millstone, and salutation to all Yakim and Housing Baba. You know, until next time, say Shalom. You know, Rome was out here. Just keep the faith. Shalom. Until next time.